Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I am trying out this really cute little eyeshadow palette from the brand Viseart, which this brand makes incredible quality eyeshadows, but it's expensive. This little palette here called the Petit Pro Trois, I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. This retails for $30. I did get this in my March 2022 Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, so I got it for a great deal, which by the way, if you have not seen that unbagging video yet, it is now up on my YouTube channel. But okay, let me show you what this palette looks like. Oh, if I cannot get it out of the packaging. See, I'm getting use out of the tweezers that I got in my Ipsy Glam Bag after all, because some makeup packaging I cannot open, but now I've got these tweezers to use. But so it is really cute little packaging here, and it opens up with 8 different shades and a little mirror, which is cute. So the top row here is all matte shades and then shimmer shades along the bottom. And I love that there's a mix of neutrals, but then some fun colors like this beautiful green and the purple. I gotta start out with some swatches, and I'm definitely gonna swatch those two beautiful pops of color, and they are looking so pigmented. That's also a dark green. Oh my gosh. These are so pigmented. I am already blown away. I will say they're not the most like buttery feel. They are more of a dry, chalky feel, but that does not take away from how pigmented they look. Wow. These are fun colors, but looking at how they swatched, it's not the most cohesive color story, but I'm excited to play around with this. Here is a better view of those swatches. So now, just like I always do with every eyeshadow palette, I am going to test this out with and without an eyeshadow primer. So going in with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, just all over one of my eyes, blending this from lash line to brow bone. And so it comes with these very light pinks on the end, and I'm going to use these as my base shade and highlight shade. They might be a little bit off compared to what I normally use, which is more of a white tone, but let's just go for it. Picking up a fluffy brush. Oh, looking at it on the brush, it might be a little darker than I was expecting. So I'm just going to lightly dust this all over the lid. Oh, I love a baby pink though. So I think that might show up a little bit more pink than I would typically use on a base shade. It's definitely some kickback. But just to do a little something on the lid to prep it for other shades to blend. But you can see how pigmented that is. Cancels out discoloration. I like this baby pink all over the lid. A very easy shade to throw on. It looks natural but pretty. Just gives a little something. And now I'm going to pick up the pink shimmer and just with my finger apply this under the brow bone. Yeah, that is extremely pigmented and a little bit more noticeably pink than I would typically use for this area, but I think I'm going to play around with some colors today, so I am going for it. It has such beautiful reflective shine that it really does look nice and really pops on the brow bone. And since it is so bright, I'm going to go for it and pick up some more on my finger here and brighten up this inner corner. Yeah. That is very brightening, and I love pink, so any way that I can sneak in a little extra pink into my makeup look, I'm all for it. And so now the next lightest matte shade here, this one, the mauve shade, looks like a perfect Crease Transition Area shade. So I'm picking that up onto a fluffy brush and just blending this from the crease up to the brow bone, blending out that highlight shade as well. And wow, this is definitely pigmented, very easy to blend. And I love how this creates that depth. I don't even think I really need a crease shade since this one shows up so pigmented and creates such great contour to the eye. I love this shade for this purpose. It really creates that shadow look to enhance that crease area, which is what I try and do with these crease and transition shades, is contour the eye, give dimension, and this shade is seriously perfect for that. This one here. And so, keeping in mind that these are very pigmented, I'm going to lightly pick up some of the green here and place that gently into the outer V. And oh my gosh, look at how dark and pigmented this is showing up. And I felt like I barely picked up any on the brush. So now I'm just going to kind of diffuse that a little bit. This is a really fun color. It's super dark. It almost looks black in the pan here, but it's actually a green, and I love green eyeshadows. I have green eyes, so maybe it'll look nice with my green eyes, but wow, that is dark. Taking this into a bit of a more smoky direction than I was expecting, but that is okay. It is easy to blend. Even though you get small pans in this palette, since you only need the tiniest little bit for full pigment, it's like this is a full-size palette. Like, I'm going to be able to get so much use out of this. Okay. I can't resist. You know, since I've already got so much green going on my eyes, I think I'm going to pick up the light green here. This reminds me of my birthstone, this shade of green. Peridot, I think is what it's called. And it's the August birthstone. And this is so fun. Wow. Pigmented. Once again, a little goes a long way. I think I have picked up too much. I'm just gonna blend that together. Ooh. I love how that dark green and then this really light shimmery green looks together. You know, it was just St. Patrick's Day. This would have been a great eyeshadow look to wear on that day. These really are so fast to work with because, like I keep saying, they're so pigmented, but then they're so blendable. I really don't see myself wearing this eyeshadow look, these colors, all that often, but I am impressed with the formulas and this purple. It's just really catching my eye. It's probably not going to look the best with what I have going on, but I want to apply it to the lower lash line. So picking up a little small, dense brush, I'm going to blend this along the lower lash line, and it is so beautiful. I definitely need to create an eyeshadow look where I use this purple shade as more of that star of the look, focus it on the eyelid a lot, and I feel like that's probably an eyeshadow look, little color story that I would wear more often. But this is so beautiful, so bright, pigmented. It has a pretty metallic sheen. Super easy to apply and blend out. Yeah, oh wow. That color combination looks worse than I was expecting. So it's kind of like maybe I focus on this side for an eyeshadow look, focus on this side for another eyeshadow look, and not really cross over too much because that is just not my best look. Great eyeshadows, great formulas. Not my favorite look that I personally put together. So not the eyeshadow's fault that I'm not crazy about this eyeshadow look, because I am very impressed with the actual formulas. So this is the eye with the primer. This is the eye without the primer. And I know an eyeshadow is a really good formula when there is no difference. The shades are just as pigmented, just as vibrant, just as blendable with and without the primer. So I really am such a fan of Viseart eyeshadows. I'm so excited that I have this in my collection now. If you have any ideas of other eyeshadow looks I should create with this palette and different ways of using these colors together, please give me some ideas in the comments down below, because clearly I need a little help with this palette. But I do have to say that the Viseart eyeshadows are awesome. They're expensive, but I see them a lot in Ipsy, so if you can get them for a good deal in Ipsy, I really do recommend trying them out. If you have already tried them out though, let me know which are your favorite palettes. And thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.